Hello, everybody, and welcome to Talking to Goats, the show where we dive in to the lives of the best players in Geometry Dash. Let me brief you on how the episodes will go before we introduce today's guest. They will start with a silly question. This is to keep it lighthearted and random. Then we'll hit the guests, figuratively, of course, with the GD-related questions, where we really dive into their GD experiences from start to finish. Then we will go into the life-related questions, where we learn a lot about really just their lives outside of GD. And then we'll end it with another silly question from the Wheel of Silly Questions. You can leave in the comments questions that you would like to see me ask these goats as we continue to do the series. You can leave suggestions for who you guys want to see in the show. So with that being said, today's guest, all the way from Canada, he is the top 2 player in the world. Hardest level currently is Zodiac. Other achievements being a head mod on the list team, Kinos, Renovant, Sari Neverclear, Crimson Planet. He's done so many impressive feats in this game. This is RG. Welcome to the show, RG.
Hi!
What a bold way to enter. We're going to spin the wheel, and you're going to answer a question that you don't even know is coming. Absolutely a perfect day. Here we go. We spin the wheel. It lands on number 4, and like you see with the numbers, I have 25 questions written down corresponding to these numbers. And number 4 on the list is... Have you ever jumped into a spike in real life?
What? No, I haven't. I don't live around like cacti or roses.
I don't even know. I'm trying to get clarify the question, but that's pretty much what you get. So I guess you ever gotten hurt? I mean, is that the way to?
Yeah, of course. I'm not a robot.
I mean, have you ever been doing something athletic and then ran into something and then got hurt?
Yeah. One time I was in gym class in 4th grade. We're doing tennis, and I wasn't playing at the moment. I was on the sidelines. And that's where I got hurt, because someone threw a tennis ball right into my lip and it got swollen.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's like getting hit with a moving object in GD.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. I can relate to getting hit with balls. Oh, that sounds weird. No, I actually was playing baseball once, and I got hit in the throat with a baseball when I slid into a base. Yeah, trust me, getting hit with balls in the face, man, it's not as hot as you might think. Come on, man, stop playing. Let's get into the GD related questions. All right, so first question: what is your opinion on Black MG?
He's epic.
Why did you start playing GD, and how long have you been playing?
Well, first I started, I just randomly downloaded the game when I was 10 and got 56 on Stereo Madness and never played it again until September 2017, where I heard some friends talking about it in the cafeteria, and I recognized some of the names. I don't know where I recognized them from, but I just did. So that night I downloaded the game and beat Stereo Madness. That was so cool. Then it just became this, I suppose.
If you could be a game mode, what game mode would you be?
Definitely the robot, because especially compared to the other game modes, where you can normally do 1 or 2 things. The robot has the most versatility, and it's also the closest to how a human moves. It would still suck, but I mean, definitely the best.
I mean, if you had to be stuck in GD, it would be nice to be able to jump different heights, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What was your first demon, if you remember?
It was the Lightning Road.
And most people do the Nightmare, so why the Lightning Road?
Because I thought the Nightmare was too hard for me. I don't know why. I was able to do it shortly after, but for some reason I did a practice run of the Nightmare Road, and I was like, hell nah.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting how difficulty kind of changes. Different people will find different things difficult. You'll always be the guy who thought the Nightmare was hard. You've beaten now, what is it, Zodiac, and you thought the Nightmare was hard at one point. That's cool. And yeah. So, I mean, now, what would you consider? Let's get an expert opinion. What would you consider in star rating, the Nightmare and the Lightning Road? 7
or 8 stars.
I think that's fair. You heard it from the best of them, guys. So,
I mean, I don't think I would be. I feel like Star Grinders are going to be a better opinion, but we'll see.
Maybe we'll get a Star Grinder on here one day and get their perspective. Are the spikes the good guys or the bad guys?
I think it depends on the player. So most of the time, they're the bad guys because they're trying to kill people. But if the player is Crazen or someone, then I think they're the good guys.
That is fair. That is fair. Crazen's crazen. That's what we'll say. That's what we'll say about it, and move on. How many times have you considered quitting GD in your career?
I'd say like many times for like a short while, but the only times I seriously considered it were 2 times during Sarah Never Claire and Renabint. Mostly I don't think of quitting because whenever I get demotivated, I just take breaks. I think people are scared of taking breaks, but like they're not that bad.
And what is it usually that gets you to get towards the point of quitting? Is it just that level is like you're just bored of the level, or is it just so frustrating you hate some of the gameplay tropes, or what usually pushes you there? What kind of frustration do you feel?
Normally it's while I'm really frustrated at a certain level, and that makes me frustrated at the whole game. It just kind of feels like it's not worth it anymore, and there's no point going on because you won't progress. And then you beat the level and it turns out to not be true. So.
Yeah, and then you're like, you that relief when you beat the level. It's like, it's just so hard, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's done, and you're like, oh my god, I beat it.
Yeah, and normally after that,
it's over.
you get like, at least for me, I get a little grace period. Or a pretty big grace period where I'm actually progressing again and most of the stuff is going smoothly, so.
All right, so as you progressed in GD, as you were, when you were not top 2 in the world, did you have an idol, a GD player you looked up to as you were getting better?
I never had an idol, but I do remember the first good player who I ever saw, like a Southern channel, and they were the first player who made me kind of realize how good people can get at this game and made me kind of want to do that one day, and it was Aussie612.
Okay.
I saw his artificial ascent progress and I was like, what? People can do this? He kind of introduced me to like the huge range of all these insane players who can beat all this stuff, and that kind of got me into the mindset of wanting to get good. I was just really impressed.
Yeah, and that's usually how, at least for me as well, that's how I really started to want to be a better player. I'm not going to say I'm good. I am no RG. I'm not even the G in RG. I'm not even that. But when I saw like the good players, when I saw like Cataclysm BB, or even some insane demons, I was like, I want that. You know what I'm saying? That's when you start to feel like you want to get there. And look at that. Now you are better than those people that you watch. That is so cool to me.
I know
you're gonna humbly say you're not, but Point of Crate doesn't lie.
I wouldn't say I ever had like a serious idol, but there were definitely some people who kind of made me realize how good you can get, and made me think that I wanted to do that.
If you had 1 hour left to play GD, what level would you play?
I can think of 4 levels. 2 are by Darwin. They're Darwin Medium Demons. Radio Cutter is like my favorite level. It's so much fun for me. I've beaten it like 10 times and I love the way it looks. I love the color palette, all of that stuff. It's just pretty much perfect in my opinion. And second of all, Mosaic by Darwin and Yakamaru. It's like an amalgamation, I think that's a word, full of many creator styles. And if I had an hour left, that's what I want to be playing. I want to be experiencing as much as I can before I'm done with it forever. The 2 others are Layak, because Enzor is probably my favorite creator, and Daydream, which is also one of my favorites.
I think we're gonna stop here for a second because you just used the word amalgamation, which is a huge word. So I think that calls for a very first spelling challenge out of nowhere.
What the hell?
The goal is you're just going to spell amalgamation, and we're gonna see if you can do it.
All right.
Using words like that, you better be able to spell them.
You know what this is? This is Brennan getting payback from when he made himself spell concentric. Flashback from the ball tier list. Here we go.
I'm gonna put in a D tier. I don't have anything to say about it.
This is high quality.
This one's cool. I like the concentricity. Concentric. I can't spell that. So let's spell it. Let's spell it. Concentric.
And he just jumps right in.
Concentric. CONCENTRIC. Concentric.
And he got it perfectly.
Is that right? I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Should I look it up? We're not gonna look it up. You know, let's look it up. Concentric. You learned something new today. What?
AMALGATION. That better be right.
Dude, that is 100% correct. You just spelled amalgamation in this high pressure situation. Good for
I wouldn't
you.
say high pressure, but thanks. It's not.
Okay. In this medium pressured situation.
Really, Brendan? Really? Why would you... Did you not even look up the word? Is that what this is? You just have bad... What... I'm disappointed in you. I really am. This hurts, Brendan. This hurts. You wanted to run a segment, and then you just don't run it well, and I'm upset. All right? Forget it. Just go back to the interview. Just go back.
What are your future GD goals, if you have any? What things do you want to do going forward in GD?
Well, I do want to beat the top 5, and I only have to beat Tartarus and the Golden to do that.
That would be so cool.
And then when I do that, I kind of want to beat the top 10. And besides that, I don't really have any further goals, but I definitely won't stop playing when I get to that point. I think from then I'll either make some new goals or just go with the flow.
I mean, honestly, I think you could do it. I think you can beat the top 5. I think you could overtake N-Swish in time. So,
yeah,
you gotta just keep playing, keep on clicking at the correct times. How often do you receive verification requests, knowing that you were such a good player? You must. I would guess you would receive a lot, but I don't know.
Just about never. I've received, I think, like 3 or 4, and I've taken up one of them. Most of them were like random levels that didn't look very good, and I wasn't really looking to verify.
What are your thoughts on mobile players?
They're kind of amazing. Every time I think of them, I think back to this one video around 2 years ago, I'm pretty sure, by C, that was a future predictions video, and it wasn't very good because one of the predictions was that Artificial Ascent would be above Yatagarasu, but I mean, one of the other predictions was that the mobile community would die, and now they're flourishing. They're getting like exponentially better. They just managed to keep up so well. Obviously, they can't always go to the same heights as a PC player, and no one's expecting them to. But the fact that they keep on beating harder and harder stuff like PC players will never fail to impress me.
How important do you think the mental game is in GD?
Probably more important than skill. Like, it is so important. I feel like the biggest downfall of most players is that they can't commit to a level. They don't have the mindset they need to commit. Another thing is, some people try to force themselves to play when they really want to beat something, and I'm very guilty of that myself. And that always makes you play worse because, again, mental game, most important. And I am, again, super guilty of that. I do that all the time. It just isn't worth it if you're going to be beating yourself up and super stressed because you're just going to play like garbage. And that's going to make you more stressed. And that's going to make you play like more garbage.
It's not like Nemo. It's not just to keep on swimming, all right? Sometimes you got to actually take a break, you know?
If I'm in like a bad mood, GD is the last thing I do.
That's a good idea, yeah. All right, so what do you think is most unique about you as a GD player compared to all other GD players?
I think in terms of the way I play, nothing really, except I think the one unique aspect is the intros I put at the beginning of everything hard I beat.
My boy, this piece is shit. I'm going to eat Yes.
Final GD-related question. What do you regard as the most epic or legendary demon in Geometry Dash?
Missing benefits. No, I'm kidding. Definitely Ouroboros. It kind of is the pinnacle of, I don't know how to describe it, like, I guess simple decoration. It's not really simple, but it's not super original besides the cool color palette. It's a pretty simple premise, just done so well. Like, I feel like if I had to show someone a level to impress them by this game, it would definitely be that one, because it's definitely easy to understand why it's so good. It's the level I think of when I think GD.
It's a great answer.
Yeah, it's just perfectly done in every way, pretty much, deco-wise.
That will wrap up the GD-related questions. Let's go to life-related. This is where we really get to look into what is RG when he's not being the top 2 player in the world. Let's see. What is the best inside joke you've been a part of? If there was any. If there's nothing, it's okay. But if you had an inside joke that you want to share, you can go ahead.
Nothing, because I'm not a fan of inside jokes. I think they're just kind of an excuse to be exclusive.
Yeah, like I know about this joke and you don't, right?
Especially if it's like involving another community figure who people know. I think humor should be shared within the audience.
I think I agree with that on some standing. I think it depends on how you interpret them. Sometimes they can be what you said. Sometimes they might be just the thing that makes the joke only happen to these 2 people, so only these 2 people would even find it funny.
That's fine.
But
that's fine.
There is a lot of times where people make inside jokes and don't let other people in on purpose to be exclusive, which can be very.
As long as everyone can understand them, it's fine.
What are your goals or plans for life? So let's get out of the GD computer. Let's get out of the cube world.
Hell yeah.
What is your life dreams and goals? And
I've been kind of split between being a chef and being a director. And I think now I'm starting to lean more towards director for sure. And to run a film school is like an hour from me.
oh, that's great. Yeah, so you could really pursue that.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably my goal for life at the moment.
What is your best non-Geometry Dash gaming achievement, if you have one?
I've achieved nothing. Nothing really crazy or super special I've done so far.
Okay.
I know that sounds
that's
kind of
fair.
sad, but I'm content with it. Like, I don't really expect to have cured cancer by now.
That was non-GD gaming achievement, not non-GD life achievement.
Oh, okay. Definitely S ranking every boss in Cuphead.
That is hard.
That is
It's not Tartarus,
hard.
but that's hard. What is your favorite food?
My favorite shit, we're gonna be here all day.
Just pick 3.
Pick 3. I have a ton, but I think steak's probably one of them. I've always
That's
loved
good. I love a
making
good
it
steak. Medium. Wait, what cook do you like on that steak?
rare.
Ooh, rare. I could go for rare steak. I'm more of a medium rare guy, but I respect rare. If you said well done, I think this interview would be over.
Probably just pizza is one of my favorites.
Pizza's
It's up
good,
there
even
for
though
like
it's, like,
90% of the
common, it's good.
population. Maybe it's not my favorite thing to eat, but like it's so good and so easy. My third favorite food is pretty much anything involving raw fish.
Oh my god.
And to end it up, that's kind of funny because my thing is a penguin.
oh my god, yeah. They eat raw fish though. They do.
My favorite meal is there's this Mediterranean spot where I get these beef kebabs with a shit ton of brown rice, garlic sauce, hot sauce, pickled veggies on the side.
It does sound good. That does
Yeah,
sound
and my
good.
favorite part is how fucking garbage the service is there. Yet the food's so good, but none of the workers even give a shit. I found that really
Yeah,
fun.
they're riding on that food rep, eh?
I suppose.
What is your favorite color?
Cool.
It's a good color. It's underrated in my opinion.
Yeah, I think purple's starting to be appreciated more now. Same with pink, which
Yeah.
is my second favorite.
What non-GD hobbies do you have?
So I think, like I implied before, film and cooking are probably my biggest ones. Soon I'm gonna start drumming, which I'm excited for, but
That's fun. Drumming. Yeah, I've always wanted to. I have a drum set. I just haven't had time. I've always wanted to learn.
yeah, it's just a snare drum. I'm not getting a whole kit yet, but whatever. I'm happy with
Get
it.
that rhythm down first, and then you can use all the different extra.
Yeah,
tools.
and also I'm super into writing. My last one's a bit funny. People know this if they're in my server, but I have like a $3,000 collection of Legos.
Wow, that's a lot of Legos.
Yeah, I stopped collecting them for a bit, but it wasn't even because I grew out of them or anything. It's because I moved and all of them broke.
Oh
But
no.
I fixed them.
Okay.
and
Okay.
yeah.
So at least you salvaged what you had. That's really cool though.
Yeah.
2,000
I used to
Legos.
be
That's...
so embarrassed by it. Now I don't even care.
Any funny or creepy stories you want us to share?
I think the funniest story I have is in 7th grade. Basically, we're doing these presentations, and in it was a YouTube video. Every time someone would go to YouTube on my geography teacher's computer, his recommended was a bit interesting, to say the least. It was filled with certain videos about women. So when it was really, really funny. And then when I went up, I made sure to type in my video title as slowly as I possibly could. And
Oh my
everyone
god.
took out their iPads and started snapping pictures. It was like the world's stupidest spy mission.
Oh my god.
And he got fired.
You did? It
was so funny.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
I don't really have any creepy stories I can share.
That is actually kind of funny. That's kind of crazy. I could just imagine that happening. Do you have a favorite book, TV show, movie? Just list them out. If your favorite entertainment stuff, list them out for us.
Alright, so my favorite books are One of Us is Lying, Counting by Sevens, and Optimus Die First. My favorite TV shows are BoJack Horseman and Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls, man. It's a good
It is
show.
good.
Good show.
My favorite movies are Prisoners, The Hunt, the 2012 one, not the 2021, Whiplash, The World's End, and Pan's Labyrinth.
Last question we'll do. Do you ever accidentally use GD slang in real life?
No.
Like, do you ever say this test is free, or
I don't
could
do
really use a
that.
start position right now?
What? Okay, I can understand someone doing the second. I meant the first one, but the second one.
You don't think I could use a start position on my college homework, then I wouldn't have to do all of it. Be all done.
I don't think anyone would ever do that, but maybe I'll be surprised.
We're not done yet. We're gonna end with one more silly question. So let's spin. Silly question, come to me. Don't be number 4 again, please. RG, are you ready for your final silly question, which is going to be number...
I'm still not.
10. All right, what's number 10? Number 10, is 240 Hertz a government scam?
Yes, 100%.
3 quick questions to bring us out of the episode. Who, in your opinion, is the best player of all time?
I think at the moment it's Sid, and his competition is probably Wolves, Crisis, Abusonic, and Localizer.
Give us the name of the one person you'd like to see on the show in the future.
These people aren't going to be easy to get, but Riot and Brandon Larkin would be
Those
insane.
will be hard, yeah.
And also, I think it'd be cool to get like Nepesta or some commentary people.
Thank you for coming on. We'll put your channel and Twitch in the description, guys. Please make sure you subscribe and stuff to him because he's one of the greatest players of all time and certainly deserves a little bit of attention for sure. RG, we hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed coming on the show.
Yeah, it was epic.
And just to close out, what song do you want us to close out the show with? Choose one from Newgrounds. It's not copyrighted. If it's copyrighted, we're just gonna play like Back on Track. But choose a song. That's how we'll close out the show.
Copyrighted?
Then I don't know. We'll choose something, Rob Top.
I guess just go with the Comic Kid, the song from Interstellar Infant.